grab your glue gun and ribbon. It's time to create at the Home Decor Crafters Summit. Enjoy 35 inspiring workshops led by talented speakers. We have amazing giveaways that are happening now. Register today for your chance to win and get your free ticket today. And if you want to keep the workshops, upgrade to the VIP ticket for lifetime and instant access with exclusive bonuses. So grab your glue gun and let's stick together for some crafty fun at the Home Decor Crafters Summit. Hello, everyone. We are back again. All right. We are live on both Facebook and YouTube. So comment hi, let us know where you're watching from. And welcome, Julie. Welcome, Debbie.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you guys here.
So glad to be here.
Awesome. I love the idea of putting big, fancy, just beautiful bows on things. And I can make two bows. I can make a messy bow and I can tie my shoes. And that's kind of what I got going on. I'm excited to learn from you guys here today. How about I'll have you guys introduce yourselves. So if you want to tell the audience a little bit about yourself. And Julie, why don't we have you go first?
All right. Thanks for having me, Shelly. I appreciate it. I'm Julie from Julie's Wreath Boutique, and 9.5 years ago, I sat down at my kitchen table, wanted to learn how to make some extra money for my family, and I decided that I wanted to make wreaths. And that's how Julie's Wreath Boutique was born, and little did I know that from 9.5 years ago to today, I would be on YouTube. I would be a social media business coach. I would be having separate little crafting groups, and just getting to craft for a living is just a dream. So that's what I do now. I teach people how to make things, and I share all kinds of content on my social medias.
Awesome. We're excited you're here. It does look like your video is a little bit blurry. We're getting a couple comments.
I'm sorry.
I wonder if I'm just kind of peeking at the settings, but I'm not sure if I have a way. Might be Wi-Fi connection.
Everything looks good on my end, but yeah.
Shoot. Debbie, do you want to introduce yourself?
You want me to look into my Wi-Fi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. I'll chat with you on the private chat, Julie. Thanks, Debbie. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Debbie Neal with Driftwood and Shine. We started out 7 years ago. Actually, January the 29th is when I started my Facebook page in 2018, because my mom had dementia and my dad had 2 strokes that January. And I was talking like, what are we going to do now? Way to be living. So I started the page. I called her up and said, hey, I got this idea. And she said, okay, let's go. And we come up with the name Driftwood and Shine because I'm old like a piece of driftwood, and her name is Sunshine. So we're Driftwood and Shine. We've done several things since we started. We've done tumblers, we've done wreaths, but now we just mainly craft and do life, guys. We do life over at Driftwood and Shine. Like I show my great grandbabies, my grandbabies, all the things. We've also started cooking with Mammy, and it's doing really well on Facebook. And on YouTube, we have Driftwood and Shine. But God has led me in a new direction for that. So I'm really excited about that. So we're just going to see what he has in store.
That is awesome. I love the story of your name. I think that's super cute. And it's a very cute name too. I think it's a fun, creative name. And yes, somebody commented, is this the bow making session? Yes, this is our bow making session. So I'm excited. Julie, I think she's maybe checking on some tech on the back end. So Debbie, would you like to jump in and maybe start with your first tutorial on bow making for us?
I sure will. Look, guys, turn my camera down just a little bit. Okay. Oops, I'm sorry. Hang on there. Now I'm showing just the bottom part of my bow dabber. Now I don't use a bow dabber much. I'm just using it because it's easier for y'all. But we're going to make what's called a shabby rag bow, and we just take long pieces of material, guys, any material that you have, and you just put it in your bow maker or lay it on your table, whatever. And then you just make little loops like that. And I'm bringing from the other side, and you just literally make loops. So we're just going to do one long white one. We'll do one long blue jean one, and you can't even do it this way where you do it all from one side, whichever is easier for you. And the scale of your bow is going to depend on the scale of your project that you're doing. We do mostly crafts. I'm not, like I said, I don't do wreaths anymore, so I don't have a big call for making the big bows with the ribbon and all that kind of stuff. So we mainly do these kind. But you just put them any way you want to, guys. I'm going to use some ribbon. You use whatever. It really does not matter. It's up to you what you want to put in it. Now, I do have my piece of material. This is just a piece of material that I've folded 3 times just to make it sturdier, so when I tie it, it'll stay. But I'm using some, like I said, some lace ribbon, some regular ribbon, some torn pieces of material, whatever you want to use. Then I've got some small ones I just wanted to show you that I'd cut or tear in a small piece, and we literally just stack those. It's so easy. Simple, simple, simple. And then when you use one of these Bodabras, then all you have to do is pull it up, tie it. Can't see the tie, sorry. Take it out, pull it real tight. That's why I fold it 3 times, so that my material will not split. Now you can tie it in a knot, but you really don't have to. But then you have just kind of a rag bow. We call it a shabby rag bow. And then you can cut your loops, leave your loops, whatever you want. But that's my bow I wanted to show you, because like I said, we mainly craft, so I don't have a whole lot of need for the big ribbon bows. So we use a lot of rag bows in crafting.
That is super cute. And I have a ton of material, and I never thought about using them like that for the bows and stuff like that. How about people watching? Have you guys made one of these rag bows before, or a messy bow? Irish girl says, "I love the shabby
I
bow."
haven't, but I want to learn how. So thanks, Deb. I've been wanting to learn how.
That is
They're
cute.
super easy.
It is. And then, are there other styles of bows that you can make with that?
Oh, goodness, yeah. This is just a small, well, it's not even small. We make some even smaller than that. But then, Julie, you probably know from the wreathing community, we learned about probably 4 years ago when they were making the big, huge shabby rag bow to go on wreaths or to go on. When my mom passed away in 2020, I made a big set of angel wings and then made a huge shabby bow to put in the middle of it. So, you can use any size, so don't throw your little scraps of material away.
Right? Yeah, throwing stuff away is not really a problem with the crafting community, right? We're kind of the opposite. Brenda says that she loves the shabby bow for her painting project. So that's a really cute idea too. Yeah.
Use them on painting.
And then how do you use ribbon with the bow aroma?
The ribbon's kind of the same way. It's kind of the same way. When you put your jute or whatever across that you're going to tie it with across the long way, and then you just kind of what I saw Julie had I can't think what bow maker.
It's the Pro Bow, the 4-in-1.
Yeah. But you just put your ribbon, depending on how big a loop you want, on each side, your loops. And it's kind of the same way, actually. Same way with ribbon.
Cute. Sweet. All right. Julie, are you ready to give it a try?
Can you guys see me better now? Is it doing better now?
I think it is still a little, let me make it bigger. I think it is still grainy.
A little bit. It's not coming through that way on my end. I don't understand. I checked my Wi-Fi and it was just fine. So that's really odd.
Do you want to try jumping out? Yeah. Do you want to try to leave and come back? Maybe that
I can
will.
do that. We can do that.
Julie, sometimes I have to
All
take
right.
my Wi.
What'd you say, Debbie?
Sometimes I have to take my Wi-Fi off for me to be clear to my people, and just let it be on the phones. Hotspot.
Oh, and just have it streaming. Okay, we can try that when she comes back. But
Have to
we
do
want to
that.
make sure we get all the details, right?
Right.
Kate, Kai, Miss Butler, she says, how do you make one without the device that you have?
I can show you right. I've got a few more pieces left here because I had a lot. You always have a lot. If y'all like me, you have a lot of stuff laying around. But you have your one piece. Let's see if I can make it right back here where y'all can see it. I don't have to change my thing. You have your one piece that you're going to tie it with. I'm going to put it the long way because that's what I would tie it with. And then I have just some little pieces that you can turn. You switch it at figure eight. It's just a figure eight, basically. Just like that. Any kind of stuff you want. Do it as whatever size you want.
Can you tip your camera down just a hair so they can see the table? There you go.
But you just do a figure eight, just like that. And you always, and I don't have any other short pieces, but you always want a few short pieces that you put in. Pretend these are short.
Be cut later, right?
Tied up. Yeah, they can be, I can cut them. Then you just literally tie it up. And when you pull it tight, I don't know if you noticed how it just kind of forms its shabby all by itself. I mean, you really don't have to do a whole lot. It forms a look. But you can then, because you want shorter pieces, so then you can take, whoops, my scissors are not very sharp, apparently. Cut them off anyway and have.
Like getting a haircut, right?
Right. Give your ribbon a haircut. But the part of the shabby bow and why you want pieces of material is because you want all those threads and all the things to make it look shabby.
Yeah, very cute. Super easy.
Yeah. You can't really tell the one from which one you use apart. You just do it.
All right. Julie, do you have data?
Am I better?
It is still a little bit delayed and stuff. Would you happen?
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and I'm going to come back in with my computer and see if that works better.
Okay, sounds good. I have a go, so we'll talk about one more.
Sorry, guys. All right, we'll figure this.
Yeah, nope, that's good. You know what? Technical difficulties. It's okay, and I'm pretty sure that her bow is going to be worth waiting for. So,
her bow's always.
And that's funny. We were talking earlier. I have two bows that I make. I tie my shoes, and then I make a messy bow. And mine is pretty much the same way as yours. I've never looped them together, but I literally just pile.
In the messy bow, don't loop them together. That's the difference in the rag bow and the messy bow. You don't do a loop with a rag bow. You just lay out your little pieces kind of in the edge, this, that, and the other.
Oh, so they are different. Okay. See, Shelly's learning today too. But yeah, I just layer them up, and then I usually use twine, which I got this at the local hardware store, and I just use a piece and put it on the middle.
Yep.
Tie it in the middle, and then I usually just put a bow in the center. So super easy. I'm at my computer and I wasn't thinking I would make one, so I don't have that in front of me. But while I'm doing this, does anybody have any questions? Quick, put your foot on the desk, Shelly. I'm not sure what we're talking about there. I must have missed something. A bow or a button? I put a button in the middle. Did I say put a bow in the middle?
Bow in the middle.
Yes, I'm about. My brain's about fried after this week, but I'm having fun with this. To tie my shoe. Right? I usually, when I do it, depending on the size of the ribbon, I try to scrunch it in the middle. And then also in this one, you can see I took this pattern ribbon and I cut it in half to make two different size widths of one. So just a different way to mix it up. Or if you have a bunch of different I don't know, a bunch of different scraps if you guys are like me and we can't like throw anything away.
Yeah.
And then you get all these little pieces of ribbon everywhere. And then they don't, I don't know, like they're not enough to do one thing, but when you mix them all up and put them together,
Yep.
I didn't really prepare. So here, let me show you this one quick. You could also use loops with these. So there's that one. Let me grab a button. I'll give you the full effect. And these wooden buttons, super cute, super inexpensive, also on Amazon. But
Yep.
There. So there's kind of my messy bow look. And I use this.
You can add raffia. You can add, I mean, you don't have to just stick to material or stick to ribbon.
Yeah, so many fun
So
things.
anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. They're fun. I love that kind. And in crafting, we use it a lot more than a regular bow.
Yes. How do you put the bow on? Usually just with hot glue is what I do with mine.
Mine's hot glue or either staples, depending on how thick my project is. Now, if I get stuff from the Dollar Tree, I don't use staples because then the staple would go through it because most of the time it's not very thick.
Oh, gotcha.
Most of the time just hot glue. Yeah.
Right. Do you rip the fabric or cut it? She was cutting it.
No, rip it.
Well, to make the strips, rip it. Yeah, ripping it.
Or a shabby bow because you won't see the unevenness. That's what you're looking for. And you want some even like the thread still kind of hanging on where you can kind of pull them and do your own thing. But that's part of what makes it look shabby is it's pull. You can cut them now. You can cut them. But to be shabby-ish, you want them kind of ripped where you just take the material.
Yeah, kind of makes it look more shabby at the end.
Yeah.
And then when you cut the ends, do you cut them straight or do you cut them at an angle? Which I think you could do either way.
On this kind, I leave them straight because you'd never really know. Now, when I make the rag bow or the messy bow, straight stuff, normally I try to like cut it on a slant. Now, I wouldn't dare try to dovetail all that many, but cut it on a slant.
Awesome. Yeah, you could put them on anything.
Yeah.
Wreaths, signs.
Painted signs, regular signs, yeah.
All right. I think you're good. Yay.
Am I back?
Yes, and it's very clear. So it works good.
I'm so sorry about
Oh,
that.
thank you.
Just thought my phone would be able to use this. So I will jump right in because I know that everybody's been waiting for me to get my act together over here. So I'm going to grab my ribbons and I'm going to turn the camera down here a moment. So hold on.
Okay. All right. We're glad that you got your camera up. I know sometimes those technical difficulties. I bet tomorrow if you tried your phone, it would work perfectly fine.
Right. Exactly. I'm going to.
Excited to see. I think she has like master bow skills. So.
Okay. Yes, she does.
You're sweet. All right. We're good.
We're good.
Okay. So this is a little bit different perspective, but I already have. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use a 4-inch ribbon here. We're going to use a 2.5-inch ribbon and a 1.5-inch ribbon. And this is a bow that I did at Christmas time, and it kind of went viral, and people were like, oh, we've got to make this. So if you don't have a bow maker, this is just what I like to call a zip tie bow with a little bit of an added flair to it. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your 4-inch ribbon, and you don't have to use 4-inch ribbon. You can use 2.5-inch, 1.5-inch, and then maybe like a, they have a new 7/8 ribbon now. But you want to make sure you have wire in this, okay? So I cut 2 pieces of the 4-inch at 12 inches each, and I dovetailed them. And when I say dovetail is you just fold it over and you cut it at an angle, okay? So we're going to have that to the side. Then you're going to do it to the 2.5-inch. I want these at 8 inches. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 10 inches. I'm getting ahead of myself. And then the 2 smaller one is 8. So we're going to go 12, 10, and 8. I want you to remember those numbers because this is a bow recipe. So I'm going to put this over here, and we're going to take our ribbon here. And I'm going to start this off with about a 12-inch tail here. Okay, so here's my tail. All right, we got it. You're just going to gather it. And what I want you to do is I want you to measure 12 inches from your right hand to your left hand. So I'm going to measure it on my little measuring mat. Okay, and I'm going to come back to the middle. I'm going to hold that there. Let me see if I move it up just a little bit. If this makes, oh, perfect. You're going to see a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to hold this and we're going to measure again 12 inches. Okay, I'm going to come back to the middle. All right, so now we have a loop on each side. You're going to measure again 12 inches. Gather it and come back to the middle. Don't worry if your ribbon is messed up. Go back and get 12 more inches, and this is where we'll stop on this. So I'm going to gather it all here, and it looks like a hot mess, but guys, it's not going to be. So I'm going to take a zip tie, and this is one of the reasons why I call this a zip tie bow, because we're going to build on top of this bow. And I'm going to just zip tie it here. I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to make sure that my tails are about the same length, right? So I'm going to cut that. Now I'm going to leave this. You're just going to go through it and you're just going to kind of puff up your little loops here, okay? And we're going to set this to the side, all right? That's set. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2.5-inch roll of ribbon. Going to do again about another 12 inches of a tail here. So I'm just going to gather here, and this is where we're going to start. Now this one we're going to do 10 inches. So I'm going to go from my right hand to my left hand at 10 inches. Okay, gather, come to the middle and grab it. Do another 10 inches, grab it and come to the middle. All right. And sometimes with this is a different, it's a different look on each side. So you're just going to have to kind of move your hand to make sure that you do it the right way, because you don't want the bad side showing, do we? So I'm going to do this again. And back to the middle. And then one more time. All right. And honestly, you could do as many loops as you wanted. If you wanted to do with a 4-inch, you wanted to do 3 loops on each side, just do 3 loops. And it's really up to you. Take another zip tie. And then you're just going to zip tie that in. Cut that. Let's cut another tail. I'm not worried if my ribbons are, not going the right direction right now. We'll fix that in a moment. All right, so we got the second one. I'm going to put that to the side. Then we're going to take our smaller ribbon here. This is our 1.5. We're going to start with a 12-inch tail. Again, we want all the tails to be the same. That's really important. And now we started with 12-inch, then we went to 10-inch, and now we're going to 8-inch. So let me move this. I'm going to move this just over a little bit so you can see. So here from my right hand to my left hand is 8 inches. Come to the middle and grab it. Do it again. Come to the middle like so. Let's do it again. And then one more time. It's all always 8 inches, all right? So what I'm going to do here is, for the sake of time, I'm just going to zip tie this too. Let's just do that. It's easier.
It's easier if they all stay together.
Right, exactly. And they stay put because we want this to be really easy, not hard. Okay. Going to cut that. All right, so here's where the magic happens. You're going to take your bows and you're going to tell the ribbon what to do, okay? You're going to twist it, and if it doesn't want to twist, make it twist, all right? See how that side is the wrong way? I'm going to twist it like that, okay? Now I'm going to dovetail all my tails. So I'm going to put them together, fold them over, and then do that, all right? Let's do it to the other two because we didn't do that yet. Again, that's showing the wrong side. So I'm just going to literally twist it the other way. All right. Fold it over. And you don't have to give it long tails. You could give it shorter tails if you wanted. But now we're going to just kind of pop the bows here, the loops. See, this one's a little twisted right here, so I'm just going to just pull it. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to take the big one, and then we're going to put everything together because we've got a little system going on here. So let's cut our big tails here. Okay, scissors. Okay, so this is the base, right? So we're going to get out those tails that we cut before we put it all together. All right, and now we're going to start layering them. Okay, so take the two here, okay? We're going to crisscross them here, okay? And we're going to add them right over top of that bow. All right. Then what I want you to do is I want you to add the other bow on top of that one.
This is turning out so cute.
I'm sorry?
I said, this is turning out so cute.
I'm going to take a wire and I'm going to go over the top. And you could really stop here, okay? But we're not. Then I'm going to take these two, my bigger ones, and we're going to go over top here like so, okay? And I'm going to take this one and put it over here. Now, I did the other two. I don't think I'm going to add the two little ones here. We're not going to add those. So what I want to do now is I want to add one more zip tie. I know there's a lot of zip ties, but listen, this is the easy way, right? So you don't have to hold everything. I'm looking for, okay, there it is. We're going to go over top. Okay. Because this little wire here is really important because that's what you're going to put your bow on, whether it's a wreath, a gift, whatever it is, right? All right. So now I'm going to try to do this backwards here. You've got a big, beautiful bow. And I like to kind of take my ribbons and do this. And they kind of curl up when you do that. Okay. So I still have some stuff there that I want to cover. So I would just take a longer piece of this. And I'm going to get rid of the wire because we just don't need it. I'm going to try to do this faster here for you guys.
It's good. It's very therapeutic to watch you make bows.
Okay, good. I have lots of bow videos over on YouTube, on Amazon Live. So I've been teaching how to make bows for years. So we're going to do this because this gets the bulk out of your ribbon. Okay, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to put it in the middle here. Make sure it's going the right direction. So now we have this really pretty look. Okay. And I just take it to the back. And with this, I can just tie it. I'm going to tie it really quick. Take my wires here and do that and then cut these off. But if you don't want to do this by hand, I have two bow makers that I would recommend. And I have lots of videos on those on how to use it. But yeah, that's how it comes. And we added a little bit more dimension to it. Again, you can use this with any size ribbon. It doesn't have to be the 4-inch. I just think it makes a really nice statement. But yeah, I'll raise it up a little bit.
So cute. So we're getting questions on where you got the paisley ribbon.
Oh, this is old ribbon. I got it from.
You have a stash of ribbon? I'm so surprised.
Oh, yeah, I have hundreds of rolls of ribbon over there. Let me just give you I'm going to give you a quick look at my ribbon storage. And as long as we look, we don't judge.
Nope, not in this group.
Yeah, so if you want to take it off my camera, I'll take my camera off the thing here.
Okay.
Okay, So if you look over here, this is the studio. That's all my ribbon.
Sweet. I would love to come over and play.
And that is doubled on both sides. It's actually shoe racks that I got off of Amazon. And I, let's see, let me put this back up here. Sorry, guys. That's actually 2 shoe racks that have 8 shells, and they're slanted down. And that's not even on my ribbon, and they're back to back. So I have a lot in storage. But yeah.
That's cute. It's very cute and very, very simple. Like it's once you break it down, it's
When you break it down, just everything needs 12, 10, and 8. And that's what I tell people is when you're doing any type of bow, think of it as, well, I want it to be 12 inches wide. So I need it to be, the loops need to be 12 inches. And then you just kind of go down maybe by 1 inch or by 2 inches. And then that way it makes it a little bit more uniform.
That is a good idea. It's almost like that it needs to be big and
yes,
the right words are, but then there has to be some symmetrical stuff in there too.
Debbie was talking about that. This is my favorite right here. This is Pro Bow, the 4-in-1. I use this all the time, especially over on YouTube. And then if you want the Mac Daddy is what I call this. It's the Pro Bow, the hand. And that looks intimidating, I know, but it's not. It's really, the person who invented this is a genius, and she owned a floral shop, and she just got tired of making bows by hand. And what I found with this, especially if you're somebody who likes to make the same project over and over, using this makes it so much faster than what I just showed you. So it's just really good and really easy to do.
I bet. Yes, very easy. Somebody asked if you have a name for that bow that you just made.
That's a good question. I don't.
It's the Julie.
Yeah, I've had other people contact me and be like, "Can I show people how to make that bow?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I never thought about giving it a name, but yeah,
we'll have to come up with something. It's cute. I think we should just call it the Julie. Let's make it
there we go.
Bow famous. Sweet. So you use those 2 other ones? I suppose now you just pretty much do everything by hand, right?
Well, no, I mean, it depends on what kind of project. We just did, like last night I was on Amazon Live, and I had some of the viewers of the summit on the live, and they were like, "Oh, did you make that wreath?" And so, but we used this to make the wreath that you see back there, and we even used it for the mesh to hold it and to add the ribbon. So this one is a really great product to get, and I would, if you don't have a bow maker, get this one first. It's just really worth it, and it keeps things uniform. So when you're making something, you're not guessing. So one bow is not bigger than the other, craft. It keeps it all uniformed.
That's good, without having to think about it. And what kind of bow did you put on your wreath that we have in the summit?
That's a good question. That's just a simple bow that I showed you guys how to make by hand. And I do the same thing. You just keep everything the same dimensions as far as putting your loops together. And I did it the same way, except for adding the extra tails on it.
It's cute. I love it. So. And then Debbie, her session is a paint and pour, which they were talking about earlier. Let me see. Are you on day 3 or day 4?
Day 4, I think.
Yes, day 4. So do you have your project handy?
No,
you don't have to. Okay.
Oh.
That's okay. I'd put you on the spot, right?
I'll make sure it's in here tomorrow for the.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So we did have this question. What is the best bow maker tool? Because we've seen 3 of them, but you would say that.
Well, this is owned by the same company, but if you want a good investment, I would get Pro Bow the hand. This is the one. And I have this in my link tree. You can get this from Amazon. And again, if you're following me on Amazon Live, I have lots of videos showing how to do this, and on my YouTube channel as well.
I have the other one that she has, but by a different maker.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my favorite. The other one with the end and the 2 sticks over here is my favorite that I have.
It's a very it's probably a little bit more beginner friendly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but there's only a $5 price difference. So if you're a little intimidated by it, I would get this one first. Okay. And this one has a little bit of extra options than the one I think that you have. I forget what the name of it is.
I can't think of it either.
Yeah,
I've had it for
because
so
she
long.
has, so you can measure your tails and all that too, which is a little different. So, and I love them.
Yeah.
And I love that there's a tool that will help us make bows, because I've always felt like I was bow impaired. And so then I just leave bows off. But
You need this one. Get this
I
one.
like to go
I
dabber,
love it. Mhm.
but not for one you want to measure.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to do, you don't want to use this.
Yeah, that one doesn't have a lot of weight on the bottom.
Mm-mm.
So that makes it a little more difficult. These have a lot of weight. They're all made in America, which is great too. But it's just a really good product. I've been using them for probably 9 years now.
awesome. I love it. Okay, so we have a few. So we did drop her link tree in there because there's a couple people asking, how do we follow Julie? You can find the links that she used. But I would love to see, or I'd love to hear if you guys have some things going on, like what do you have coming up? How can people connect with you? So Debbie, do you want to go first and just
Sure.
share a little bit about what you got going on?
Sure. We have Driftwood and Shine, which is our Facebook page. We're Driftwood and Shine just about everywhere, but Driftwood and Shine on Facebook. We've been there for 7 years. And guys, over there, I'm going to tell you, my main focus on Driftwood and Shine, I craft all the time. We do life, but my main focus is the fact that coming April the 2nd, for 5 years, we've been doing daily devotions, because our business is dedicated to God and pointing people to his kingdom. And we do a live devotion every morning at 9:30, Monday, Saturday, and then on Sunday at 5 o'clock. And that's our main focus there. And then I have Cooking with Mammy on Facebook, and we are, I'm just sharing Mama's recipes and my recipes. I mean, I've been a cook for my whole life, and we're just sharing recipes over there, and God, of course. And then on YouTube, God is leading me in a different direction. I have been sharing cooking videos over there, but starting this week, it's going to be totally different. So I'm not really going to go into a lot of detail, but we'd love to have y'all keep up with us over there, because I'm excited. I'm excited about what we're fixing to do on YouTube. So, and I will be doing my painting. It will be a whole total different page, though. I haven't started it, but I think it's going to be I don't know what I'm gonna name it, but it's going to be my painting, where I do the Dutch pours and the swipes and all that stuff. Will be on a separate channel on YouTube. So.
That's awesome. We're all in suspense to hear what you got going on. So
Yeah.
we dropped your YouTube in the chat, so you guys can jump over there. I see somebody noted that we have the bow session is linked wrong on the day 2 agenda page. So I will update that. And then it takes a few minutes for this to populate, but the replay will be up. So if you're on and you kind of got the tail end of it, it will, I don't know, YouTube takes a few minutes and then it will be up there. Renee is asking, where's the page you start with the devotional?
It's Driftwood and Shine with Debbie and Sunshine on Facebook. Driftwood and Shine with Debbie and Sunshine. And you have to put with Debbie and Sunshine, because we have fake pages that are Driftwood and Shine that have popped up, and some of them even have our picture and everything. So make sure you put with Debbie and then you get to the right page.
You gotta love the hackers, right?
And that's Eastern Standard. We work off Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, Julie, what do you have going on?
Well, everybody go follow Debbie. I met her a few years ago, and she is absolutely amazing, and you will love her content. So there's that. I do want to mention that this wreath that we did in the summit, if you go to my link tree, there's an email. You can sign up for my emails. We give my wreaths away in my email list. We don't do it on social media, and I have decided that we're going to give this one away next week. So if you want to get an opportunity to win this wreath, you got to be on the email email list. So that's in the link tree. Now, I wanted to show you, I have something that's very dear to me. It's called Julie's Crafting Boutique, and it's a monthly subscription group. And this is just one of the wreaths we made. We made this last week. This was our Valentine's wreath. And we made the bow by hand. I show everybody how to do this step by step. And it's a little bit more of an intimate setting because it is in a Facebook group. It's a private group. The first one is a Zoom, and you guys can get on live with me and we can talk and we prep for the wreath of the month. And then a few days later or a week later, we actually put the wreath together in a Facebook Live. So I go a lot slower than we do on YouTube because I want to know how you guys are doing. I want to know if you're struggling with your crafting, if there's something that we need to work on. But I teach you at a much slower pace in there. Now, it's $14.99 a month, but I do have a special coupon code for this summit. So if you add Crafters Summit, all capitals, one word, you will get $7 off your first month. And the beauty of this group is if you want to buy a kit, you can buy a kit. If you want to use your own supplies, you can do that too, because we let you know what you're going to need. So this is what we made. And this is just one of probably about 14 or 15 tutorials that are in there. So you can access all the old tutorials as well. And it's a great group and I'd love to have you, but make sure to use that coupon code.
That is an awesome price too, to have be able to jump on there twice.
Yes.
And chat. So that's fun. It's really, I think the community part of, I mean, you can watch the videos and the YouTube, but to be able to just have conversations with someone.
Yes. And then everybody posts their crafts in the group and we can, it's just great. It's just a little community that I love. I love talking with everybody and getting to know everybody as well.
Sweet. All right. So what does everybody think? Are they ready to jump off and go make some bows now? Oh, that's a good idea. So do you guys have any tips? Dean is asking about small bows.
You can do like small bows with what I did. You could just use smaller ribbon and just keep the same lengths on each side and then zip tie it, use a Chanel stem and put that to the side and just keep layering your bows. And I feel like that's the most simple way to make a bow and not have to hold everything at once because then everything falls apart, right? When you're trying to do different sizes with one bow.
Yes, I think that the layer thing and all the zip ties are good. And my husband has a whole bunch in the garage, and I'm going to go steal them and put them in my craft room.
I'm going to add to that, Shelly.
Yes, go ahead.
I've got laying in here in front of me is material, but I'm going to just show you. On some of our stuff, if you make the loop, what we call the loop, you'll hot glue this, and then you'd put it together and you'd make a couple of them, whatever size you're wanting, and you X them and then tie them together. Then that's a small bow too also. So you can make like a really simple small bow out of material and out of ribbon. Out of regular ribbon, you just want to use the smaller ribbon or use like a bigger ribbon behind it and then two of the small ones X. That can make a small bow that way too.
That's cute. And I love the idea of doing two of them and layering. I think I've tried that before and I've just done one and and I'm like, this looks cheesy, but doing those two loops and stacking them.
Yeah.
That's where I was going wrong. I'm with you, Heather. Heather says I need to get one of those bow makers. I do. I bought a wreath for my front door and it's just green. And sometimes I get lazy, but I have a ton of ribbon. And I thought, well, if I could just, and you buy that ribbon because it's cute and it's seasonal and then just switch out the bow.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
I'm just not good at tying the bows before today.
Right.
So I'm make one.
I believe that you can do it, Shelly.
Yeah, I'm on a mission. I did our flowers yesterday. We made flowers out of random things on the live, and then I actually put it onto a card. So this is just paper.
Nice.
Oops. So I feel like I got something done because I started a project and hold on, drum roll. I finished a project. So anyway, love it. Okay, I don't see any more. This is I thought I would show this to you guys. If you haven't watched it yet, this is what I have today. My session is live. Super easy. You could also add this to a wreath too.
Yeah.
That would be cute. I was gonna put it on the wreath on my door, you know, the plain green one, but my daughter stole it. So I had to go steal it out of her room for today so I can show it again. But I kind of feel honored that it made something trendy enough that
Yeah.
20-year-old wanted to steal it. Yeah. Yeah. I think you are not alone, Nancy. She said, I keep buying random supplies, but pieces get started and never finished. We should do like a scrapping Zoom where we just, or crafting Zoom where we just finish projects we already have, right? All right. I think that's all of our questions. If you guys have any questions, you can send us a message over at hello@wecanmakethat. And I think if you're watching this and you guys have not yet registered, you can still get in, even though we are on day 2. We should have started with this. You can still get in and join the Home Decor Crafters Summit. We have 35 total sessions. Like I said, we're on day 2, so there's a couple of them that have already been released and expired. But you can get on and you can watch the next 3 days, tons of sessions, and then we also have the 3 live streams a day for tomorrow and the next day. So today, coming up after this one, we are talking about digital crafting. So if you maybe have seen those cute printables, or I think Christy is coming back on. We're going to talk about doing stuff on your iPad, maybe with Procreate, stuff like that too. So it will definitely be a fun and inspiring. I have a really cute canvas idea that I'm going to show you guys. So you'll want to come back at 2. And Michelle is asking what your link or what your code was again, Julie, for.
Okay, it's Crafters Summit. So CRAFTERS Summit, all one word, no spaces, and all capital letters.
Perfect. And how long is that good for? Is there an expiration date?
It's a one use, but I will keep it open for the next month. Okay.
So if you have your VIP and you haven't watched Julie's session because you're thinking I can watch it later, you're going to want to go get on that.
Sure.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for joining me and chatting. It's been fun. And I appreciate your time. And I love all the things that you guys have going on. I can't wait to go check out some more of your YouTubes. And we will wait to see what Debbie's revealing soon, too.
All right. Thank you for having us.
Thanks, everyone.
It was great seeing you again, Julie.
Thanks. You too, Debbie.
Bye.